Hello friends, today is 4/25/21. Today is the night of the Oscars, and the reason why I want to do this video today is to show you that I want to try out the wok. On my previous video that I downloaded last night, it shows how seasoning your wok, how to season your wok, and here I have it. I want to try cooking something out in the backyard, so we could try it for the first time. I'm as new to this as some of you might be, and we're just going to see what happens. So if you want to follow me and meet me in the backyard on the other side of the house, we will try something delightful. See you later. Okay friends, here we are at the other side of the house in the back patio. I am going to show you around, so I'll turn the camera around so you can see the surroundings where we're at. Today's a beautiful day, the weather is fabulous, and then I'm going to show you how to use the wok. We'll try it together. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around slowly so you can see the surroundings before we start. This is a terrace where we have most of our parties. Before we had a lot, because that was before the COVID-19. This is the other side of this patio. This back hallway leads to the barbecue area. All the way back there where the umbrella is. And there's a bigger section back there, which we turn into a barbecue section. I decided to pick this little corner here today so you could see how beautiful it is, how charming and cozy. We have a water fountain in the background. I guess you hear it. It's right underneath the tree in the back. I'll try to zoom in there later so you can see it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Here's the water fountain. This is the meditation area in the patio as well. A little meditation area. Okay, we shall continue. Now you had a sneak preview, sneak peek, little peek. All right, friends, I brought out a few items that I want to show you, and we could cook on the wok, just for experimental purposes. We have asparagus. I showed you before on the video. We have ginger, garlic. We have celery, spring onion, bell pepper, and carrots. And we have eggs. I have to tell you something about the eggs, how to break them. We have a little tomato and this wonderful sausage that I like for breakfast. We will cut all this up in small pieces and we will do a demonstration. Now before we start, I want to give you a couple of tips that I have learned through the tutorials that I've watched through YouTube videos. One thing that Jack Pepon mentioned on one of his videos, he says when you break an egg, normally people, what they do is they crack it on the edge of a plate, but what you're doing is you're bringing in any bacteria surrounding the eggshell, and then when you put your fingers inside and open up the egg, you're throwing the egg inside the plate with all the bacteria. So what you do is you have to hit it on the flat surface like this and break it, and then it's much better that way. Also, you should always pour each egg, if you have more than one, individually in one plate before you put it in the pan, because you might find a rotten egg and you'll ruin the whole meal. Another tip that Jack Pepon gave that I like, and it's very, very important, and people, he said that most of the people do the same mistake all the time. Let's say you fried chicken or any item. What is the first thing they do? They go pull out the paper towel, lay it on the plate, they grab all the ingredients that they're frying and they lay it on top, and they say it's going to get rid of the grease or drain it, strain it. And what happens is, he says that, like for instance for chicken, it'll dry up on the top, but then the bottom, if you look at it, notice that it's mushy because the oil is going to stay there. It's not going to go anywhere. So what he says, he learned in Asia one time when he was cooking there on that area, that they put the chicken on a wire mesh, and that is the best way to strain all your fried foods. You could put your French fries. I just did some chicken wings in the air fryer today, and I realized it has a metal mesh, and then everything drops, all the grease, to the bottom pan, and then you have a clean piece of chicken or whatever you fry. You air fry French fries, which is delicious, and that's wonderful as well. So that's a very important tip. I don't use paper towel anymore. That's what we're always used to. Let's see. I'm thinking of another tip, because every time I make a video, you know, I like to give you a tip, because from every video that you watch, you always learn a little something. And I always like to teach everyone a tip or two. This is the brand of sausage that I'm using. You can get it at Costco if you are interested. The next tip I want to give you is a very good one that I learned from YouTube videos. Of course, I'll put in the information where you could find this video, because it's a family that cooks, and it's a retired chef, and he shows so many recipes, and they always sit down at the end of the meal, whatever they cook for that day, and then they talk about the meal. One tip they did give us is, when you buy vegetables, what happens? You put them in the drawer inside the refrigerator, and it only lasts a couple of days. So what she says is, you bring your vegetables, give you an example, and after you wash them, you let them dry a little bit, and then you wrap them up in a paper towel like so, then you grab a plastic bag, any plastic bag. This is the one from Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. So you wrap it in like this, you tie it, wrapped up in the paper towel, close it, make a knot, and then you pinch the top of the bag just to create and make a little hole, and you put it in the drawer. And this will help get rid of all the moisture in your vegetables, and they will last longer. Now, I tried it about 1 or 2 weeks ago, and this was wrapped up in paper and still looked like I just bought it. It looks like it's fresh right out of the market. So it's a good tip for you guys to use, because everything will last longer. Capiche? Now I am going to start cooking up something. Whatever I showed you earlier, I'm going to chop up in small pieces, and I will be right with you. Stay tuned. Save time. I have cut up all the ingredients I mentioned earlier, and so we're ready to cook. Ready for action. Real nice. I use vegetable oil, because if you use olive oil, it's not too good for high temperatures. Olive oil you usually drizzle at the end on your salads and your food when you're cooking, but not too fry. While that's getting hot, I'm going to give you a tip. Whenever you cut with your knife, right on the board, don't scrape with this part. You turn the knife around and you scrape with the bottom, the back part, because that way you will keep your knife well sharpened. Okay, I'm going to start with the eggs first. Move them around. Move it around so it won't stick. You can break the yolk. Raise up the temperature a little bit. This spoon is good because you could also serve with this. It has the edges on the side, and it holds your food. So it's very good for cooking and serving at the same time. Okay, once you got that, you push it to the back of the wok, like Jeremy says from School of Wok Wednesdays. You push it towards the end of the bag, then you add in the garlic, and your ginger, and you mix in the egg with it. Cook it for a little bit. It's nice to cook here like this. I love it. Cooking out in the outdoors with this beautiful weather in Hollywood, Florida. Who doesn't want to be here right now? You could always come and visit and cook with us. You're welcome. This is your home. Okay, so I got that done. Push it to the back. Like Jeremy says, push it to the back. I'm going to add in carrots and celery. Give it a quick stir. I need to hear this sizzle a little bit. This is just practicing. This is my first time, so if I'm making any mistakes, then I'll correct it along the way. My next video. Time to pour a little bit more oil. Pour in my green bell peppers. I did the julienne cut. The ambulance. I hear it here in Hollywood because we live right next to Memorial Hospital, where Joe DiMaggio is, and I work at Mount Sinai Hospital at the beach. So you hear the ambulance here, you hear it there, you hear it everywhere. It kind of like follows me. This is the kind of sound you hear constantly in my backyard. You hear it there, you hear it here. But you know, they work hard. Frontliners. They kind of get that going. Move it to the back. Then I'm going to throw in asparagus. I cut up a lot of vegetables here so you can see. Smoke it up. You gotta smoke it up. Good, honey. I've been trying to do this for the longest. But I have some time now to do it. I'm off today, so. Raise up the temperature a little bit. Mix in your vegetables. This is a crazy combination. I don't know what you're going to call this on the menu. Stir egg vegetables. Then you could add soy sauce, light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, a little bit of sesame seed oil at the end because it's very strong. Push it to the back. Throw in my, let's see. I'm gonna throw in the sausages. They are delicious. You cut them like this, and you could give them in the parties. You heat them up. Last time I heated them up in the air fryer, and they were done really quick. I use them also to make fried rice. I have a video that I made arroz chaufa with Cantonese influence, fried rice with Cantonese. It's a Peruvian chef that I follow. He's very good, and I learned it from him. He got the recipe from when he was young. He used to visit this restaurant when he was little with his family, and they became friends with the chef, and the chef and the wife gave him the recipes because then he became later on a chef, and then he teaches them now in his own channel. This doesn't look so bad. It's very colorful. Look how beautiful. Don't you like it? I love it. I love it. Ah! Ooh, cooking me with me wok, baby. Me wok. But push the microphone. Push it to the back. Adding spring onions. I'm going to add a little bit of more oil. They do use a lot of oil. We're always afraid of oil. Like the French use a lot of oil and butter. That's the way to go. The food tastes much better. Look at this. Push it to the back. Let's see. I'm going to throw in a little tomato. Just a little bit because, you know, tomato is kind of sour. Just to give it a little flavor. Because I have too much in here. Just a little bit will do. I don't want to change the flavor. Well, so far I have all the ingredients that I mentioned earlier. Okay. Hopefully this is great tasting. I'm going to put in a little bit of soy sauce. because soy sauce is salty. That's why in Asia they don't use salt like we do. They have light soy sauce and dark soy sauce for color. The dark soy sauce is for the color. I'm gonna get some soy sauce now and pour a little bit, if you'll excuse me. Okay, I'm back. I have 4 ingredients that I want to put in here to change the flavor for a better one. I'm going to add a little bit of fish oil. I'm going to add a little bit of fish sauce. Hard to. A little bit of fish sauce. Hear it sizzle? That's what we want to hear. Good. A little bit of soy sauce, salsa china in Spanish. We're going to add oyster sauce. The last ingredient I want to add is a little bit of sesame seed oil. I love this in every soup, every meal that I eat. I love it, but you can't put too much of it. It is very, very strong. But you know, folks, this is pretty good. Doesn't it look good? I'm going to put it close to the camera so you can watch. So you can watch my recipe. Look at this. Let me show you. Too bad you can't taste it. See? Ain't that a beauty? All this colors. I love it. For the first time, I don't think it's that bad. What do you think? Tell me in your comments. So, don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit like. Share. Because this is how this channel grows, and every time you see that you have a new subscriber on your channel, everybody knows who has their own channel, that they get happy because you see that one more person is subscribing, learning from what you have to teach in your videos, and you're making us happy. You learn something every day. There's so many videos out there. I always look like all the tutorials they have on videotaping. I'm still working on it. It hasn't been that long. Well, folks, I think this is the end of the video. I just wanted to share this with you. I'm going to try it. Maybe I should try it in front of you. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to get a spoon. And I'll be right back. Time for the moment of truth. Let's see what I have come up with. My invention. Yeah, I got some chopsticks too. Make it more original. Well, with this, you cannot go wrong with this sauce. It is delicious. Good. Mixed it in with the eggs. Oh my God. For being the first time stir frying vegetable on a wok or in a wok, it's not bad. Very good. Everything cooked, even the celery. Sometimes you think, celery takes forever to cook, but it cooks so nicely. Okay, folks. Until the next time. Till the next video. Thank you for sharing. I hope you learned something today. I'll give you more tips because I want to put everything in one video, otherwise then you won't see me again. So I will write up what I have to show you next time. Okay? Love you. Goodbye. I'm taking my baby with me. Oh my God, so good. Good. You win. Hello, my friends. Welcome to Mount Sinai Medical Center. Hello, friends. Welcome back. Today is April 25th, 2021. Today is Oscar. Stop it. Your father's recording a video for the community. Start over. Rex. Estoy como Gio haciendo los videos y bajo con los perros.